the seas ripple with untold secrets, and rivers carve the landscapes with their ancient flow. At the heart of these forces dwells a figure of profound reverence in Japanese folklore. Unlike the fire-breathing dragons of the West, this dragon symbolizes a different kind of strength, one that brings life through rain and rivers, but can also unleash devastating floods. This is the Ryu, the Japanese aquatic dragon.
For generations, humans have been telling stories, tales, and legends about creatures found all around the world. From the griffin to the chupacabra, and from the leviathan to the Chinese dragon. It's high time we set out an adventure to learn about them all. This is an expedition for the mythological. Welcome to Mytho Safari.
The Ryu's legacy stretches across centuries of myths and legends, and its connections to a power, wisdom, and water bind it to the Japanese ecosphere interwoven with Japanese spiritual traditions and cultural evolution. These dragons are far more than mythical beasts. They are forces of nature, guardians of sacred treasures, and the keepers of profound lessons. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications to join our channel. And while you're at it, be sure to check out mythosafari.com, where you can grab some awesome merch like t-shirts and other cool products. Every purchase helps the channel grow and keeps us bringing more content your way. Dragons have fascinated civilization worldwide, but the Ryu is a uniquely Japanese interpretation. Its origins draw heavily from the Lung, the benevolent Chinese dragon. While adapting to the spiritual and cultural landscapes of Japan, in early texts like the Kojiki and the Nihon Shoki, dragons are described as divine beings linked to water, the skies, and storms. While Chinese dragons are closely tied to imperial authority, the Ryu embodies the natural world. It acts as a mediator between heaven and earth, ensuring the balance of rain and rivers, crucial for Japan's agrarian society. However, these beings are not always gentle. Tales warn of their wrath when disrespected, turning life-giving waters into destructive floods. Physically, the Ryu was a sight to behold, often depicted with a long, serpentine body covered in shimmering scales. Its antler-like horns and flowing mane gave it an otherworldly aura, and is often shown coiling through the clouds or emerging from the sea. Despite its beauty, the Ryu commands respect, embodying the unpredictable power of nature. Among the many tales of Ryu, the story of the Ryujin, the Dragon King, stands out. Ryujin, the ruler of the seas, is said to reside in the Ryu Gojo, a palace beneath the ocean built from coral and crystals. This underwater realm is described as a palace of unparalleled splendor, where the rhythms of time differ from the surface world. One of Ryujin's most famous interactions is with the Urashima Taro, a fisherman who saved a turtle from harm. Unbeknownst to him, the turtle was one of Ryujin's servants. To show gratitude, the turtle brought Urashima to Ryu Gojo, where he was treated to lavish feasts and the hospitality of Ryujin's daughter. However, even amidst the palace's wonders, Urashima felt the pull of home. Before he departed, Ryujin gave him the Tamatebako, a box containing a mysterious power, with strict instructions never to open it. Upon returning to the surface, Urashima found that decades had passed in his absence. Overcome by curiosity and despair, he opened the box, releasing a cloud of smoke that aged him instantly, leaving him as a frail old man. You see, Ryu operated on two wavelengths, a benevolent being capable of immense generosity, but always operating beyond human comprehension. For Japan's warrior class, dragons were more than mythical figures. They were emblems of strength and guardianship. The Ryu was often invoked for protection in battle or to symbolize divine favors. Stories of samurais receiving blessings from these beings highlight the Ryu's role as a force of empowerment. One such legend involves the Taira no Masakado, a rebellious samurai who sought the aid of Ryu during his uprising. Masakado's rise to power is steeped in supernatural lore. Local legends say that Masakado sought the favor of Ryu, believed to dwell in a sacred river near his territory. The dragon, moved by Masakado's resolve and sense of justice, appeared to him during a ritual. It is said that Ryu granted Masakado a talisman, a divine emblem of protection and power. Armed with this blessing, Masakado led his forces with an almost supernatural aura, achieving victories against both local enemies and imperial troops. His ability to unify scattered factions in Kanto and resist the imperial army's initial attempts to subdue him further fueled the legend of his divine support. Meditating by a sacred river, Masakado appealed to the dragon's sense of justice. And according to this tale, the talisman that was given to him was imbued with that protective power. However, as Masakado's ambition grew unchecked, the Ryu withdrew its favor, leaving him vulnerable. He was eventually defeated, proving that the Ryu had the power to give, but also to take away. Dragons in Japanese folklore are not only associated with the physical might, but also with spiritual enlightenment. In Buddhist tradition, they are seen as protectors of sutras, sacred texts, and temples. Stories often depict monks encountering dragons during their spiritual journeys, with the dragons serving as both challengers and guides. One such tale recounts a monk's quest to uncover the wisdom of the Lotus Sutra. Meditating in a remote mountain temple, he was confronted by a dragon that tested his resolve with illusions of storms and apparitions. Only by maintaining his focus and inner peace did he pass the dragon's trials. In reward, the dragon revealed the sutra, symbolizing the triumph of discipline and faith over chaos and fear. Water is life, but it is also unpredictable, capable of nurturing crops, but also devastating lands. The Ryu embodies this duality, both the life-giving rains and the destructive floods, something to behold in glory, but also behold in fear. In some regions, dragons were honored at shrines near rivers or coasts, where communities prayed for their blessings. During times of drought, offerings were made to the Ryu to summon rain. Conversely, rituals were performed to appease these beings when storms threatened to destroy harvests. The Japanese people held immense reverence and respect for the natural forces, seemingly controlled by the Ryu. Beyond this physical realm, the Ryu also symbolized the flow of time and the interconnectedness of all things. Just as rivers weave through the land, connecting different places, the Ryu represents the threads that bind humanity to the natural and spiritual worlds. The Ryu's legacy continues to thrive in modern Japan, where it is celebrated in festivals, art, and popular media. Festivals like the Tatsuta Shrine Rain Ceremony pay homage to the dragon's role in ensuring bountiful harvests, blending ancient beliefs with contemporary traditions. In storytelling, the Ryu remains a beloved figure. Characters like Haku from Spirited Away and dragon-like beings in manga and anime draw inspiration from the Ryu's majestic form and deep symbolism. These modern adaptations explore the same themes of power, balance, and transformation that have defined the Ryu for centuries. Even outside of Japan, the Ryu has captured global imaginations. It appears in video games, fantasy novels, and films, often reimagined with retaining its essence as a creature of wisdom and wonder. The widespread appeal speaks to the universal themes that the Ryu represents, and that the myths that surround the Ryu are not just relics of the past. They carry timeless lessons. They teach respect for the natural world, urging humanity to coexist with, rather than dominate the forces around us. They remind us that the importance of humility, balance, and the pursuit of knowledge are more important than all. And at their core, the Ryu's stories are about transformation and growth. Whether it is a fisherman learning the consequences of curiosity or a monk achieving enlightenment through perseverance, these tales encourage us to reflect on our own journeys and the challenges we face. The Ryu will remain a symbol of Japan's cultural and spiritual heritage, bridging the realms of myth and reality. It represents the balance between chaos and harmony, the beauty and power of nature, and their enduring quest for wisdom. Its tales continue to inspire, inviting us to contemplate on our place in the world and our relationship with the forces that shape it. The next time you are by the rush of a river or patter of the rain, think of the Ryu. It may not be a dragon in the sky, but its spirit lives on in the water that sustains us, the storms that test us, and the stories that remind us of our connection to something greater. And we'll see you all on the next safari. Goodbye.